now you've taken it to a different level, right? At first, it's, the license changed my lifestyle, right? It helped me change my family's lifestyle, but really now it's allowing you to change others' lifestyle, helping them to fuel and funnel resources into their dreams as well, right? Just adding value, not only to the clients and customers, but also to your team members. And I tell you, man, it's really just encouraging and inspiring to hear. Let me ask you this.
Watch this. It's way cheaper than a 4-year degree. It's way cheaper than a 4-year degree.
Man, look, if someone had told me at 18, go get your insurance license, I don't know if I would have been mature enough to listen or not. But if someone said, go get your insurance license and, start your career, I might have a lot less student loans. I don't know.
Right. Man.
But no, not discouraging getting education. Look, get the education, still give you a great, kind of foundation to start building on. But you're right, man. I mean, and what you get out of it, just going through that process, and that kind of leads me to what I wanted to ask you. I mean, we talked about resources and what has it kind of allowed you to do. I mean, how has it changed you as a person?
Man, sheesh. Okay, so how it's changed me as a person, I will say, I think running a business changed me more as a person than anything. And so I don't know why this is the first thing that comes to mind, but I've always been broke, man. Like I've always been, just barely squeaking by. And part of it was for just paying for my education. I graduated college debt free, which is a blessing, because I made sure, it took me 7.5 years, but I made sure to pay every semester as much of it as I could. And so that's why I delivered pizzas. That's why I constantly worked my face off, so that way I could try to chip away at that and not have to go into debt for this stupid piece of paper. And so
good move.
The biggest thing that changed in me when running a business was I was always so calculated, because at the bank, I knew in my best year in 7 years of banking, in my 7th year of banking, I only made $47,000. And every year, and that was my best year. And that was my 7th year. And every other year, I mean, it was like pathetic, dude. Like I barely only made maybe 40,000, 37, 34, 36. And I was in a sales position where I wasn't number one. I'm not even going to lie and say that I was top 10 or top 20, but I was certainly there were moments where I was top notch, but still the commission structure didn't allow me to do much. And so I always, I guess, lived each day with a scarcity mindset. And so some, even family members and people that knew me, they would say that I was pretty frugal or cheap, right?
Right.
And that whole thing changed when I went into business, because like I really, for the first time in my life, tested, if I'm being honest, giving way, just giving. And then, let me, and faith, right? Like, let me just try this internet lead source. Let me try with this employee. Let me just, give my mom this money. Let me give my dad this money. And, so that's when the game kind of changed for me, was this insurance opportunity, this business ownership opportunity. For the first time in my life, I really started to just put way more out. And as a result, so much more comes back in. It's crazy. And I never understood that at first. I never understood that. I was like, how? Because I'm so calculated. I'm like, if I give this person $400, like, how am I going to, what
I'm saying? Reciprocity, man. Law of reciprocity. More you give, more you get,
Yeah. So I think
very dope. Very
that's
dope.
the first thing that comes to mind.
No, awesome. So what's your goal now, man? I mean, you just, bought, your third book of business. You got, 3 offices. I mean, you've been massively successful already. What's the end goal look like for Nicholas Sakha?
From this stage, I want to continue scaling. I want to continue scaling and continue to grow to at least a 15 to $20 million agency. I want to help more people on my team make six figures plus. And that's what I want to do here at the team, within the agencies. I just want a high paid team. Like, I just want every single person in here to be winning.
Yeah.
But deeper than that, with things, I'm growing my YouTube brand. I'm trying to make a dent in that space and try to offer as much free value as possible. I may come out with, maybe I might come out with a product of some sort, maybe coaching, I don't know yet. And from there, I know that I want to do two other things. I want to become a huge real estate investor. I kind of want to use the funds from this to really dive into real estate, now moving forward. And I do want to publicly speak. I would love to publicly speak, and I'm getting that first opportunity in September with my mentor is going to allow me to speak to like 800 people, 800 insurance agents. So I'm very pumped for that, and that's going to be something new for me. And I just that's something I definitely know God's calling me to do, is to speak to large organizations and try to inspire people somehow. So
options,
yeah.
Options. You got options, man.
Yeah, but real estate, and then I got a fitness brand, Barbells and Briefcases. We do a podcast, and we got some apparel. I love fitness and self-development. So, we may open up some big gym out here in Vegas. So if you're ever here for a conference in the future, I don't know when, I can't give you a date when, but I know at least in the next 10 years that we'll have some epic gym out here with a beautiful digital marketing studio where we're going to do a podcast and all sorts of cool stuff, man. So you have to come and hit up our gym and come and get interviewed and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure, man. I absolutely will do. Vegas, my wife and I, that's where we got married, in Vegas.
Okay.
That's right. We have a timeshare out there. So we're actually due for a trip to Vegas. I'll definitely reach out.
We'll have to connect for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, look, man, the story that you shared has just been phenomenal. I feel like there's a book coming, in your future too.
Maybe. I never put that out in the universe yet, but I feel like at some point I'm gonna have to.
For those who are thinking about getting in this business, there's two pieces of information I want you to share. One, for those who are thinking about getting in this business, what last piece of advice would you have for them? If they're on the fence, maybe somebody had mentioned it to them and they're thinking, hey, I don't know if I want to do that or not, or maybe they saw an advertisement, or maybe, they saw one of your videos, and or maybe they are listening to this interview and they're just kind of on the fence on things. What would be, kind of your closing words to them about, stepping into this industry?
Yeah. Get around the right people, and, make sure you're working working with or for the right people. If you go in and you go work within, go work for somebody else, make sure they're the right leader. If not, if you want to start your own thing, make sure you become the right leader, and seek mentorship. I would say that's been huge for me. And above all, just be coachable. I think that's the biggest thing that's helped me. And that's something that I look for in all candidates and all people, is if somebody wants to be successful working with me, and I know that if I want to be successful, I've got to be coachable. So, if I notice an area where I can improve in, or somebody notices an area where I can improve in, be open to that. I think that's such a huge characteristic that that's kind of stuck with me, and that's something that one of my mentors, something that he's always said is to be coachable, and that's one of the things that he's kind of commended me for, is how coachable I am. That when he gives me something, I go and I start attacking it. And so that's some of the same things that I expect from my team. And so if you're coachable, I really think that you you can go far in this industry, and or this industry could just be a great stepping stone for you into your next thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, I love that. And if someone, let's say, someone's in Vegas, or, I know you're a San Diego native.
yep.
Right. Okay. Someone's in California or wherever they are, they want to get in contact with you. They want to find out, more about, what you're doing. Maybe they want to get started in that area. I know you're always looking for great people, how can folks reach out to you? How can they get in contact with you on business? How can they get in contact with your content, get connected with that? I know we'll be sharing it, but how can they get connected with your content as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm looking at my name on this Zoom video, and it says my sales manager's my sales manager's name. So let me update that. So it's Nicholas Sakha. So last name is spelled Sakha. You'll find me on YouTube. You'll find me on Instagram. You'll find me as Nick Exclusive. And so on Instagram and TikTok, we put out a ton of content. If there's anything that I believe we specialize in, it's branding and social media, and using that to get referrals, and using that to build your business, using that to increase your sales. Something I'm pretty natural at, and something that we've done pretty well at. And you can find me on LinkedIn as well, Nicholas Sakha, but you'll mainly find me active on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Absolutely. Hey, look, man. Well, look, in the description, we'll make sure we have, links, and make sure you check out, Nicholas, and see what he's doing. I mean, it's phenomenal, where when you see people who are successful, success always leaves a trail. It always leaves a path. So anything that he's giving you is going to be something that's going to be beneficial. There's so many nuggets in this conversation that I think folks are going to be able to walk away from. And I appreciate you once again, just taking the time and really, sharing on this platform. We will certainly be promoting what you're doing on our platform as well. And for those who are listening, if you feel compelled, reach out to Nicholas. I know he'd be happy to hear from you and connect with you, and maybe heard something that made you think to yourself, maybe you should get a license. So until next time, thank you, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Rod.